Coming up on today's show, we're going to react to what Tiki Barber said on the radio about the Giants. He called them out for their lack of effort against San Francisco. I'm going to give you my take on that. Also, Davante Adams trade rumors are heating up. Sounds like he may want a change of scenery outside of Las Vegas. And also, LaEl Collins is getting ready to talk to teams, according to Adam Schefter, should the Giants be a team that is interested in signing the offensive lineman. We're going to get into all of that in a second, but first, I need all of you to subscribe to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. We put out free content every single day, but also we are in a sub battle this week against Seahawks Today, another channel here at Chat Sports. I don't just want to beat the Seahawks on Monday night. I want to dust them in subscribers picked up this week. So help me beat Seahawks Today and let the Giants come out on top. Hit that sub button right now. Alrighty, let's get into it. I'm Marshall Green. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. Tiki Barber on WFAN thinks the Giants have been playing with a lack of effort, and he said it was on display this past Thursday night against the San Francisco 49ers. The reason he thought that was because of how many missed tackles the Giants had. And it was 16 of them. The Giants missed 16 tackles versus San Francisco 49ers. Is it all because of effort? I don't 100% agree with Tiki. I'll tell you what I think in a second. Let's go straight to what Mr. Barber had to say. Quote, I hate to call guys out on effort, but that's just what I saw. I can't explain missed tackling other than they just didn't want to do it, period. When someone's running at you full speed and he's got some heft to him and you know you have to hit him, you just have to hit him. That's the game. Period. That's what you get paid to do. If you turn it down, bad things happen. And I think that happened a lot for the Giants this past Thursday night. And yes, I do think the effort was a little bit questionable against the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not going to go as far as to say, though, there was no effort or they weren't trying, because I think they were. And when I went back and watched the film, it was just a couple of little things that the Giants did not do on the defensive side of the ball that did not help them get off the field on third down. What's really hurting this team, though, is what the Giants defense was good at last year is now what is holding this team back. The things they did last year that made them a good defense, they have gone from legitimately the best defense at doing that stuff to now the worst defense in doing that. In 2022, the Giants missed just 49 tackles. That was tied for the least amount of missed tackles in the National Football League. This year, they've already missed 31 tackles, and that is tied for 30th in the NFL. They have missed already more than half of the amount of tackles they did last year. Also, third down defense for the New York Giants. The Giants, based on an EPA type of structure and grading, were the best third down defense when it comes to getting off the field last year. This year, they are the worst. So they can't tackle like they did last year, and they can't get off the field on third down like they did last year. And when you can't do either of those two things, it's going to hurt you in the long run. A player I was very disappointed in when I went back and watched the tape and put out the analytics, or looked at all the analytics for this game, was Bobby Okereke. I felt like on a couple of screenplays, Okereke did not fly around to the ball. I honestly thought he was very slow and indecisive on his keys and his reads. He needs to put his foot in the ground, play with more just ferocity and more speed and more intelligence and more just juice. I felt like he was waiting for blocks to be made instead of just hitting the hole and blowing stuff up like he did for the Indianapolis Colts last year. It always starts with your middle linebacker. He missed a lot of plays, not because of effort. I don't know if he's second-guessing himself or what, but Okereke, you got to be better. The Giants paid you a lot of money, and right now, you're not making that much of a difference, if at all. I want to ask this question before we move on to Davante Adams. Do you question the Giants' effort? Do you question the effort of the Giants' defense? I want you to type Y in the comment section for yes or N in the comment section for no. Let me know what you think down below. Could Davante Adams be forcing a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders? I don't know if we're at that point yet, but what he said about the team, the way they're going about doing business, following the loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers is pretty questionable, and the trade rumors are heating up. We'll dive into those quotes coming up in a second, but I got to tell you guys about our awesome new sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS, and they are going to give you 100% deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. Prize Picks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And it is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. So this is what it looks like when you're putting in your lineups. You could select multiple different player stats from multiple teams or the same player in multiple different stats. This is the lineup that I think I'm going to roll with this weekend. I'm going to select more on Daniel Jones passing yards, more on Darren Waller receiving yards. And I think Justin Jefferson is going to have himself a day. I'm going to place more when it comes to half a touchdown for him, and then more than 103.5 receiving yards. You can also put your lineup in. You can mix and match games. You can mix and match players. The more players you have in your lineup, the more money you are going to win. The larger payout multiplier you will receive. Easy and exciting daily fantasy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Remember, promo code CLNS. All right, this is what Davante Adams said after that loss to the Steelers we talked about. Quote, "It's not my mentality to sit here and try to take all season and figure it out. You use these early games like this to establish an identity. We're not doing things the right way to establish a winning culture. We've got to go out there and do it. That's the theme of this year. Doing it. Not just talking about it and figuring out what we need to do. We did that all last year. This year, we got to be about it. You look at all these analytics and all these things. Teams have won with the turnover battle and all these things. It don't mean shit until you go out there and you play ball. We're having a tough time consistently doing that right now, and I don't want to act like it's all crazy. It's week 3, but I don't got time to wait around." That sounds like a man that's not happy with his current situation, and he is on the brink of asking for a trade. You guys have asked me multiple times already, should the Giants trade for Davante Adams? I'm going to say no for a couple of reasons. I don't think the Giants are a Davante Adams away from winning a Super Bowl. And if you're not, I don't think it's smart to trade for a wide receiver that is one of the highest paid receivers in the game that is past his prime. Adams is still a top 5 guy, still one of the best in the league. But his best days are behind him. He's over 30 years old. He's not getting any younger. Also this, it doesn't matter who the wide receivers are if you can't block. It doesn't matter if I have Jerry Rice to my left, Hakeem Nicks to my right, I got Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham Jr. It doesn't matter. If you can't block, it doesn't matter who you're passing to. So instead of trading for Davante Adams, how about the Giants go out and sign LaEl Collins, former left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, was playing for the Cincinnati Bengals earlier this year. They released him, but he is rehabbing from an injury, and according to Adam Schefter, he is starting or going to start talking to teams really soon. This was Shefty just a couple of days ago. Former Bengals offensive tackle LaEl Collins, who missed training camp on the active PUP list while rehabbing from a torn anterior cruciate ligament. You could just say ACL, my guy. And medial collateral ligament, MCL, passed his physical today with Dr. Neil Elatroshi. I'm sure that's not how you say his name, so Dr. Neil, I apologize. But Adam Schefter, it's an ACL, it's an LCL. You don't have to be that cute with it. But what he's saying is Collins has passed his physical and he is expected to soon find work. Collins at one point was one of the best offensive tackles in this league, and even if he's not healthy, maybe he can't play for 3, 4, 5 weeks from now, it's still just week 4. That would mean it's week 10 if it's worst case scenario is already for 6 weeks. It is worth it. In my opinion, look at what he's done in his career and how he's been graded out by Pro Football Focus. I mean, in the 2021 season, an 82 overall, almost a 90 run block grade, 76 pass block grade. He was even decent-ish in that 2022 season run block grade of 73.5. This tells me he's a good run blocker. And right now, the Giants, they can't do really either when it comes to run blocking or pass blocking. And with the makeshift offensive line they've been using recently, and the fact that it sounds like Marcus McKeithen is going to be the starting right guard going forward, maybe you move LaEl Collins to left guard, or you put him at right guard and McKeithen at left guard. Look, McKeithen is a young player, and I am excited about him, but at the end of the day, LaEl Collins is better than Ben Bredesen. He's better than Mark Lewinsky. He's better than Shea Lemieux. Maybe you bring him in as a depth piece. At the end of the day, you got to get better on the interior of this offensive line, and LaEl Collins is a guy that would do that when he's able to get healthy. So I'll ask you this question. Should the Giants sign LaEl Collins? It's going to be a veteran minimum deal, in my opinion. And if he's able to play in 2-3 weeks, yeah, I would sign him. At least add him to the practice squad and see if you can elevate him from there. Let me know what you think. Type S for sign, type P for pass. As always, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in to Giants Now. Just a couple days away from Monday night against the Seahawks. It's a must-win game. You got to win this one. We'll see you later. Let's go Big Blue.